job. And my dream job sort of has three parts. First, primarily I want to be a doctor, specifically an ER doctor. However, before I start a job at an emergency room, I would like to work as a relief doctor in disease endemic areas where they don't have access to proper health care. And then once I become an emergency room doctor, I hope to be able to work part-time because I also would like to be a mom, and I also think that is part of my dream job, and I want to be able to be there and spend time with my kids as well as pursue my dream career. So that would be my dream job. Thank you, and Alex is awesome.
My dream job is to work as a health economist. At this point in my life, I've grown to become really interested in the healthcare field since healthcare is a service that everyone requires at some point in their life, and it comprises an enormous part of the U.S. economy. I'd love to be a part of an innovative solution to solve some of the biggest issues in the healthcare system and discover a way to improve quality of care at lower costs. Additionally, my dream job would involve working with really engaging and interesting people and would let me balance work with time spent with family and friends. I'd earn a living and would feel happy and proud of what I do. So there you go. That's my thrilling life as a health economist.
My name is Jonathan, and if I had to pick a dream job, it had to be a football player in the NFL. I'd pick a football player in the NFL because you're basically playing the game that you grew up playing your whole life as a full-time job, and you get paid a lot of money for it. I know I have the skill and the ability to get there, and a lot of people might say it's unrealistic, but I know myself, and I know how hard I work, and I know I can get there one day if I try hard enough.
My dream job would be to become a lawyer. That's been my dream for as long as I can remember. My whole family has always told me I would be a great lawyer because I can argue for hours, which is 100% true. I guess what I love most about it is the sort of puzzle aspect to it, in the sense that you're trying to figure out the best way to argue a case, the most effective way to defend your client. And so I guess that's what I love about it. And I would definitely want to go into either family law or child advocacy law, maybe immigration, something where I can make a positive impact on children's lives and families' lives. I've always known that I've wanted to make a difference with my job. And so combining my passion for the law and arguing with my passion for children, my love for children, would be, I guess, the best way for me to have my dream job.
My dream career isn't necessarily a quote-unquote job per se, because I don't plan on working for anyone else in the long term. My ultimate goal is to engage in entrepreneurship and begin a chain of local, nonprofit, privately owned community centers in inner-city neighborhoods that would provide local teens with a safe space to spend their time productively. These centers will have many branches, including, but not limited to, a quiet study space with local college volunteers, a college prep center, a staff to help them find jobs, and a myriad of basketball courts for them to practice. This would be my dream because many of these teens grow up deprived of opportunities and ultimately resort to other, less productive means to spend their time. My goal is to successfully harbor the talents of this adolescent demographic and make a positive change in my community. When describing my dream job, I deliberately decided to avoid using the word job, because if you truly love what you're doing, you will never, ever work a day in your life.
My dream job would be running a center for refugee children in some European countryside. I'd want this place to act as an orphanage and adoption center, but also a home for children stuck between places. Either they're waiting on family members or waiting on a forever home, but I want to be able to provide a place for these children. I'd love to work on the legal side of things, like getting citizenship for kids and quickening the adoption process. As well, I'd like to work on combating psychological deficits such as reactive attachment disorder and disinhibited social engagement disorder. Frequently, children who are adopted from adverse environments are not provided with the contact comfort throughout the beginning of their lives, and this impacts their ability to form close, trusting relationships later on. I want my job to be to help these kids overcome these challenges.